Hello, this is Donna Reiners, and I have a thought. So this is the thing. The title of this video is Self-Hatred is like a pre-owned vehicle. Why is that? First, I want to tell you that I actually know someone whose mother hated them from the womb. She actually said to her children, and there were many of them, "I hate you. You're an inconvenience. I wish I'd never had you. You weren't my real love. I hate you. You're not what I wanted in life. I wanted something different. It was never you." Can you imagine being a child and having your own mother tell you that? Seriously, that's intense. That's almost insane to think that a mom would hate her own children. But I know people like that. I have clients like that who tell me their parents hated them. What do you do with that? And tonight, looking at a sign, pre-owned vehicles, might be behind me actually. It's like you feel used. You feel like you're never good enough. You feel like you'll never be good enough. And I want to tell you that you were always good enough. And I just want to say to you, if your mother or your father hated you, or you felt like they hated you, and you don't know whether they hated you or not, but you always felt like they didn't like you, they didn't love you, I want to tell you that God loves you, that you were always good enough, that God has always been on your side, that He has always been for you, that He has good things in store for you, that He loves you, 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 He loves you. Because God is love. And listen, I'm just being very straightforward. Maybe your life has just sucked. You've hated your life, and you've hated where your life has sent you, and maybe you are stricken with poverty, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, intellectually, financially, and you feel completely unworthy, and you're always thinking about death, and you're always thinking about leaving the planet, and you're always thinking about how you're going to die. Listen, those are not thoughts from the one who made you. God created you in His image, and He has good things in store for you. And I'm sorry if your parents hated you. Guess what? This is the revelation. They felt like their parents hated them. That's the real truth. They felt like their parents hated them. And that's all they knew. That's all they knew to do. That's all they knew about who they were. That's all they knew. That's all they knew. That's all they knew. Listen, don't hold it against your parents that they didn't love you properly. I'm sorry they didn't love you. Every child should be loved properly from their parents, but it doesn't always happen. So listen, love your parents anyway. Be for your parents anyway. Accept them and receive them right where they are anyway, because they just didn't know any different. They didn't know the more excellent way, which is God is love and He loves them. And listen, the truth is sometimes we blame God for things that were never His fault. We blame God for things that were never His fault. God is not a control freak. He didn't stand up in the sky and say, okay, well, let me just do this, let me just do this. No. He's made some decisions. He stood on our behalf, and we get to make decisions too. We get to decide to live, or we get to decide to die. We get to choose life, or we get to choose death. And when someone who's close to us chooses death, and they speak death into us, we get to choose. Am I going to agree with that death, or am I going to choose life? Am I going to seek life? I encourage you today. Maybe your parents really did hate you because they didn't know what to do with themselves. I don't know. Maybe your family hated you. Maybe your sisters or your brothers hated you. I don't know. This I know. There is a God who loves you. He's smart. He's the smartest person I know. He's for you and he's not against you. So bless you today to choose a more excellent way. The more excellent way is living. The more excellent way is life. The more excellent way is knowing that God is real and he's for you. I'm sorry if your parents sucked. And I know I'm being extremely straightforward. But if your parents sucked and you wonder, what the hey? Just know, God doesn't suck. He's all in. He paid the ultimate price so you could know him. So bless you today with a more excellent way, because God is for you and not against you. And this is what he would say. I love you, my child. I love you, my son. I love you, my daughter. I give you all of me. I love you with all that there is. I love you. So lean into me and see what I've done for you, because what I've done for the world too. So receive and love and give your life through and through to those around you so they can know me too. I bless you today. This is Donna Myers. Until soon. If you found value in this, share it with a friend. Bye-bye.